Right, before I do anything, we're just about to start burying and that, but before I do anything, I'll show you what the ground sounds like. Just turn the ferrous volume up. There, it's all open, all shoes off. I want to do a target there, target there, target there. This is what I'm hoping the update is going to clear up. It's either going to silence all the falsing, and then the good targets are going to stand out if there is any in there. I've been over this for about 5 minutes just getting out the obvious signals. All the others are iffy, which could be iron. So it's going to be a good test for the new update. This is the original one, it hasn't been updated yet. But that's virtually replicating a Roman settlement, falsing everywhere. So what I'm going to do now, if I can, might use 3, might use 4, I don't know, a tiny bit of Bronze Age gold, which is coming in low numbers, and then we've got Roman coins to be a bit higher, and we've got a cut quarter, and I think that's a little farthing or a penny, little tiny coin. So yeah, there's an iron buzz there. Let's get that. I want to set this up with the before it's had any update, so everything's just coming through, and then I want to see when I put the update on, is it any better? That sounds like it could be a commingled target there, so I'll leave that. Iron under the coil there. Okay, so let's mix this up then. A bit of Bronze Age gold. I'll probably only be able to go just under the surface before it loses it. It's probably still going to be too deep. You know, that's about 2 inches. I don't want to lose that. Let's put that slate on top of that. Let's see what that sounds like now. Yeah, it's got the 2 targets right down the bottom. Iron nail there at the top. So that's just on the edge of detection. Now, see what this comes in at. 13. There's a big piece of false in iron there. I put a little cut quarter. Again, probably only going to be 2 inches deep. A bit deeper. I think that's going to be about the limit. 3.5 inches. Get the stone out. Get it nice and flat. So at 2 inches it was getting it easy. 3.5 inches might struggle. I'll slow it right down, it probably will get it if you look at the screen there. It's just on the edge of detection, there's a little low tone there. Iron there. Okay then. We'll go with the hammer coin, that'll do 3. 3's enough. So there's an iron there. What's it coming in at? 12. Let's try a different one because we've done a low number. 20. So that's a Roman coin coming in at 20. Iron there. This might go a little bit deeper because it's a bigger target. You know, normally on normal detecting in quieter ground, you're going to get 5 times deeper and more. Like, but there's no machine that's going to go super deep in amongst this much iron. That's why when you've got Roman fields, every time it gets played, you can go back because it just keeps producing and producing. So there's iron in there somewhere. That's about 4.5, 5 inches deep. Might be too much. I want to go deeper on that. I'm going to go deeper on the Roman because that was stronger than the second signal. So that's very impressive anyway. Without any update, to get a Roman coin 4.5 inches. I'm going deeper. It's so stony. It's just so much iron and crap in this ground. Okay, that's 5.5 inches. Pushing it down. Easy 5.5 inches. Gone. It's getting it. Just if I turn that way a bit, but so a recap. Bronze Age gold. Just scrub the ground it's coming through. Normal detecting speed. I'm not going to notice that, but it does get it just. That's the edge of detection. Cut quarter. Occasionally, but it's just on the edge of detection. And then we've got the Roman coin. That way, getting it, but just on the edge of detection. Let's go and do the update. Play with the different settings. I'm going to start off with everything off with the new update. So it should be the same as this, and it should sound the same. Hopefully it does. But then when we do the tweaks and stuff, what are the effects by having the stability up? Is he going to lose all them targets, but make all this a lot cleaner, so you don't get all the falsing on iron? Because it's falsing like mad. So yeah, we're going to do the update and see what happens. Yeah, it's updated now. We've got the stabiliser on. We're in 0 and it's off. So let's see what they sound like now compared to before. Hopefully it's still picking it up. This one was tricky. This is the tiny bit of Bronze Age gold. He knows something there. That's the same sort of results as before. He knows it's there, but it's struggling. See what this one sounds like. That sounds the same or stronger. That's a cut quarter. About, I think about 2 inches, 3 inches. We'll have a look. I'll put it on the screen anyway what it was at. And this is the Roman coin. So that's getting that fine. Okay, so now we'll get the stabiliser turned up. Stabiliser works differently. You've got the stabiliser obviously, which you can have from 0 up to 12, I believe. Yeah. And then, so if you put it on 12, put it on 0, I'll show you what the noise is like. That's falsing on iron. Straight up to 12. This is the extremities. but I don't think it's calm the iron down. But then if I turn it on, the little squeaks that do come through, the big squeaks, will turn into little squeaks. If any. But by having the stabiliser too high, you're stabilising the ground, and on them tricky iffy signals, it's lost that gold. It's lost that, which was a good strong signal. Just getting it. And then on the Roman coin, that was a hammer coin. Roman coin, gone. Let's try it with stabiliser off, on 12 still. Struggling there. Struggling there. Struggling there. So now, stabiliser's off. We go back to 0. So we know if the stabiliser's on 0 and the stabiliser filter's off, you're back to where you was. That's the Manticore as it was originally. So we'll have the. I'm just trying this now. I don't know either of the results. Let's just try stabiliser 3. Still getting them. Still getting them. Stabiliser 3 with stabiliser filter on. Hear the difference. Stabiliser off. Stabiliser on. It quietens it down a bit. So stabiliser on, stabiliser 5. That's weakened the signal. So you've got to be careful. Well, if I have the stabiliser on, let me go to 7. It seems to pick up the signal and then filter it as it's doing it. Let's just go over a different bit of ground. Yeah, it goes quieter the more you go over it. Stabiliser 3. Can you hear the iron now? It's all quieter. That's with the stabiliser filter on, off. On. Slight. If there's a lot of iron about, it's going to stabilise the machine, and you're not going to get tricked by the square nails. What I think so far is it will be at a cost of losing some of the small targets. Obviously, the higher you've got the stabiliser, so you don't want your stabiliser all the way up at 12 if you're on a Roman site in the UK or wherever, because you're losing targets. Saying that, that's at 12 and that's on the Roman coin. Stabiliser filter off, stabiliser on 12. Hammered. So 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Just slowly getting stronger and stronger. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So 6, turn the stabiliser filter on. Okay, so what have I found out from that? With the Manticore, using the stabiliser and the stabiliser filter on, if you're using it on a site where there's a lot of iron, mineralisation and that, it's probably best to just turn it off if you're going for the small targets. Yeah, if you're after them tricky signals, little cut quarters, little tiny coins at depth and stuff like that, you're better off not having a filter on. If you're on a site like it's full of iron, let me just, so this is how it would have sounded before. Yeah, and it's driving you mad and you want to go for the big targets, you could have your filter on and your stabiliser at 12. It's virtually silent, and then we've got another target there. So if you want to go for the bangers, you're quieting all the iron down. Not missing that at all. Stabiliser's on, it's getting rid of all the square top nails. You're going for the bigger targets. Not a problem. Not a problem. So yeah, I know it's only in my garden, but that is a good replication of if you're on a tricky site where there's a lot of iron. If you're using the stabiliser and you've got the filter on, going for small tricky signals, you're probably going to lose quite a lot of targets, especially the higher you go with the stabiliser. The stabiliser works in two ways. Obviously 0 to 12, which will try and quieten down some of the iron, the bigger iron, and also you've got the stabiliser filter switch on and off. As soon as you turn that on, the tricky signals that are banging through, instead of banging up loud, they still come through, but they're like a little mouse, beep, 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 quieter, which will eliminate some of the tricky signals, which could be Roman coins, hammer coins, like it is in the test bed. So it's probably not a good idea to use any stabilisation or the filter on if you're going for small tricky targets. Where it does come into its own and it's brilliant is if you're, say if I was on a field, maybe a rally, and there's some big silver coins coming up, Victorian coins, stuff like that, large targets, relics. If you want to eliminate the iron, like I just done in that test, I put it all the way up to 12 with the stabiliser switched on. It was silent, got rid of all the tricky signals, blah 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 blah, they'd all gone. The bangers then jump through even better, so it is a really good tool if you're going for the bangers. As soon as the bangers are gone and you're trying to, say if you're working in an area, you have your stabiliser up, your stabiliser on, going across the area, get all the bangers out, brilliant, not tricked by iron. And then you need to start bringing your stabiliser down, and then when you want to get the tiny bits that you might have missed at the very end of it, you've got to turn your stabiliser off and put it on 0, and then yeah, you're going to get tricked by iron a bit easier, but you're going to be able to see the targets next to iron. Good feature, it is good. Just a case of sussing it out where to use it. If I was going out and I knew I was on a Roman site and there's a lot of good targets there, in amongst the iron and minerals, I would just turn everything off, turn the filter off and turn the stabiliser right down to 0. So there you go. Thought I'd suss it out, have a little look, see what I'm doing. it's always best to do a little test bed before, or watch this video before you go out, because if I'd have just put the stabiliser on 6 or 7 and turned the stabiliser filter on and gone out metal detecting on a good site, I could have lost a lot of targets. So I've learnt that now. I know what I'm doing, and hopefully it helps you out. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed, drop me a like, leave me some comments. Alright, see you soon. Enjoy your Manticore.